All right, it's about to be night 3 of finals at the U.S. Swimming National Championships here in San Antonio. The big story is Michael Phelps back. Really great swim in the 200 fly last night. His second season of the 100 fly tonight, but he did have a big swim in it. I'm David Reeder here with Swimming Roll. I'm joined by Paul Newberry from the Associated Press. And Paul's sort of the Phelps whisperer. He's been following the Phelps comeback from the start. And Paul had a feeling last night that Phelps went 152 in the 200 fly. That was going to happen. Paul, why did you think that was going to be such a great swim?
Well, I think he's so motivated right now, and he's been training so much, and he's just the DUI. I think he's totally thrown himself into training and trying to kind of turn his life around. And I think we've seen the benefits of that training. I mean, I've never seen him quite so sculpted, defined. He's more muscular than he has been, and highly motivated. Definitely.
Everyone, when Phelps says he's training, we feel like we've heard that refrain before in the years since London, but he really was training this time, and he proved that last night with that 152. Just a great effort, really hung on the back half, which we hadn't seen a lot of this season. So now I've got this 100 fly today. We saw some guys swim pretty fast today at World Championships. Chadwick Lowe was 50.5. 350 points. No one had been under 50 points in that event. Or under 51, I should say, since Phelps did that in the Olympics. What do you think Phelps has in store for us tonight?
That's a very good time. I'm maybe not predicting him to beat that beforehand. And it wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't go quite that fast. But I think some of the comments that have been coming out of Kazan from Chad, he's laid down the gauntlet to Phelps, and has kind of said that he's tired of hearing Phelps talking. I think it's mostly Chad talking, but they've got a little rivalry going, and it's pretty entertaining, I have to say. And he's even said next year is going to be the Thrilla in Manila over. I guess it'll be the Thrilla in Rio. Next year when these two get together in the butterfly.
Yeah, no question. What do you think motivated him to say that Phelps swam so fast because he didn't have competition, or Phelps can stop talking because I just swam faster than he has, but Phelps hasn't had a chance to? What do you think motivated him to make these comments?
I it's how different people approach getting motivated, and I think it's clear that Chad enjoys talking and kind of pumps himself up that way, and I think it's great. I mean, it's great for the sport, right? Giving us something to talk about. I think he does it sort of a good-natured way, but he's been very pointed in his comments today. I'm kind of surprised that he was quite so blunt as he was after he swam with Kazan. But I think he was very pumped about after losing the 200 to Che, and kind of considers that his race after he beat Phelps in 2012. No question. And to come back and win the 100, I think he wanted to throw down a time, and I think he knows that Phelps is watching these times in Kazan and wants to beat him here. So I think he wanted to put down a time that he doesn't think Phelps can beat.
Yeah, I talked to a few swimmers out there. Both of them have trained with Phelps in the past, and the consensus was, what an idiot. Because they've seen what happened when Ian Thorpe said, Ian Thorpe and his coach said, Thorpe was still better than Phelps. But Phelps couldn't beat Thorpe for a record. They saw what happened when Mike Cavish said that he was going to beat Phelps in 08 and 09 with the French and the relay in 2008. They've seen all this stuff, and yet they still make comments. They've seen how Michael Phelps can feed off motivation. What is Phelps thinking right now?
I believe he's been, he got a nap in, and some nice food in his belly today, but I'm assuming that he's read every word that was said by Chad in Kazan, and if he didn't read them, I'm sure he read them, and I'm sure Bob Baldwin has repeated them a number of times. They're probably being set out at lower pool right now, going over it again. But you're right, it's an interesting tactic, because I think Phelps is basically the swimming version of Michael Jordan. He can feed off of it. Baldwin says he's a motivation machine. He can take every little tidbit, nugget, slight, and turn it into something. And it usually doesn't work. We'll see if it works this time. It certainly didn't. I was at Rome that year. I mean, I've never seen him so fired up. And Cabbage kept kind of needling him about the suit, and I'll buy him a fast suit if he needs a fast suit. And Phelps went out and probably won maybe the greatest swim of his career in that to meet him in that fly. So I don't know if the tactic's going to work, but it's making things fun for all of us.
I would argue there's maybe 2 or 3 other swims in Phelps' career that are on that level, but that was a really incredible swim, and it's going to mean a lot to Phelps, I think, if he does get under that time. We saw him get a little emotional last night in that interview after the 200 fly. Why do you think that was? Because I've seen a lot of Phelps swims. I've never seen him get emotional. Of course, first time I saw him swim was in 2010, so I've never actually seen him happy with the race before.
He did a few things before that, but that was
a few things. Okay, so I've seen the latter third of his career, let's say. But Phelps emotional. I've never seen that before.
I think that's a lot of what's gone on away from the pool. I think the arrest, going to therapy. I think he's dealt with some personal issues in therapy. I think being suspended for 6 months. I think was a little embarrassed that he got kicked off the World Championship team. I think he's fired up that he's not at Kazan. He wants to be in Kazan. I mean, for all he's done at the Olympics, he's, I think, one of you doing more medals at the World Championships. Right? So I think he wanted to be there, and I think all of that kind of came out. We saw it after the race. Everything he's been through, out of the pool, in the pool, and I think it sort of bubbled over him a little bit last night.
Yeah, Phelps wishes he was in Kazan, and the U.S. team probably wishes he was there to admit it.
Certainly on some of those relays they could have
Other
used
than Katie Ledecky's performance, which we'll talk about, it's just been a disastrous week for the United States. Katie Ledecky has contributed to 6 of the 7 U.S. gold medals, 5 of the 7 U.S. gold medals.
Right.
The other one came in the mixed freestyle relay today, and Ryan Lockheed's in the 200 item, and that's it.
Right.
First of all, what do you make of Ledecky just crushing her world records again?
Well, I mean, she's a machine. I mean, she's not just winning. I mean, she's nobody even close to her.
Right.
And I mean, we're all going to be talking about Phelps again next year because he'll always be that, he's up here. But I mean, Katie Ledecky, he's here. Katie Ledecky's right here beside him, and she is amazing now, dropping down into the 200. You almost feel like there's nothing in a freestyle she couldn't do if she put her mind to it. And she's that. I mean, I'm sure we saw Michael Phelps when he was 18, 19 years old, that sort of single-minded determination, not intimidated by anything, can bounce back, recover stunningly. I mean, to do 1,500, 800, 400, 200, a relay.
6,200 meters racing.
That was Phelps' type of, that was sort of I don't know if he ever did that, but I mean, that was sort of his kind of program, and they're just kind of freaks of nature who can bounce back, and it's all about that recovery, obviously, and getting to come back, recover after a big, tough race, and she doesn't seem intimidated by anything. And we saw it in London, and talk about setting yourself up for an Olympic year, and I mean, now we get to spend the next year talking about her and building her up.
Yeah, and what she was saying the other day, she's not afraid of failing. And she knows failure is not an option. That mindset by a swimmer, I wish I could do it. I would be a much faster swimmer if I could understand that just to not be afraid of failing and knowing I would not fail. It's very impressive what she has done. And you're right, America's about to get a real introduction. They might remember Katie Ledecky a little bit, but they're about to get a real introduction.
I got a feeling that there's going to be a lot of time in front of NBC cameras.
NBC's going to love her.
Yes, definitely.
Speaking of another U.S. media darling, how about Missy Franklin? A bit of a disappointing week. Are you concerned she's not going to pull things together the next year?
I think that was a lot of just going through the college season and swimming in yards and sort of focused on that. I don't think she was at that level.
Right.
She was at the last World Championships or the last Olympics.
You think she'll get back there?
I think she will, yeah. Because now she's turned pro, no more swimming in college. I think she'll be fully focused over this next year. And yes, I wouldn't be terribly concerned about her. Maybe she won't do. I mean, that was pretty incredible what she has done in some worlds and at the last Olympics, but and she has some competition there from her teammates. So, but I would think some of this, the disappointment we sort of saw in Kazan, I think she'll be a much stronger and a much better place in a year from now.
Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely being back with Todd Schmitz, she's going to have to support the entire national team. Everyone wants her back doing what we all know Missy Franklin can do. And I think even though the medals are on the low end in Kazan, I think a lot of that has to do with picking the world champ team last year. I think we've seen some times here that would challenge some of those times in Kazan, and the U.S. team may be in a better place than they look based on the medal standings, but it's still going to be a long year ahead for them to really be on top of the radio. Paul, thank you so much for your help. Thanks for doing this video with me. I appreciate it.
Enjoy that.
Always good to see Paul Newberry at a swim meet. It means if he's here, it means probably a big meet, or it's just close to home.
Yeah, that could be it too.
So anyway, thanks for watching from San Antonio. Day 3 finals about to get started. I'm David Reeder. Thanks so much.